everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be my favorite kind of alternative movies. So these are kind of spooky movies, or gothly themed movies, or just movies that I generally like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every week and I would love to have you here for every single one of them. And without further ado, let's get started. The first two movies I want to talk about, I don't actually own the movies, as in I have them digitally and I paid for them digitally, but I have the book and the CD of these two movies. The first one is Coraline by Tim Burton, and this book is actually made by Neil Gaiman. It's actually a bit more creepy even than the movie. So it looks kind of like this. It is even more darkly themed than the actual movie. I am a big fan of animated movies, so I'm a big fan of Tim Burton. Yeah, I really enjoy Coraline, and also I really enjoyed Nightmare Before Christmas. This is actually the soundtrack of the movie. I just recently bought it in a second-hand store. I really love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think it is a great movie. It is one of the most inspiring movies that I have seen. It's one that I saw when I was rather young still, that always stuck with me. So it's kind of what got me into the more darkly fashion and swirly things, because I used to draw a lot. I used to be in art school and I was heavily inspired by Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas for a very long time. There are of course way more Tim Burton movies that I could list, but I'm sticking to these two for now. I want to talk about one of my all-time favorite artists, and it is Rob Zombie. And Rob Zombie actually makes movies as well. I only have two of them here. He also has The Lords of Salem, and he recently released another movie as well, which is called 31, I believe. So these are The House of Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. I think Rob Zombie has a really great style and really creepy aesthetic. I really like his movies, although they are more of a horror genre. So it has to be something that you are into. I would not recommend these movies for people under 18 or under 16, or you have to be into creepy movies that are really gory and horror themed. I personally really like him. So yeah, Rob Zombie movies are some of my favorites, and I watch these a lot. Then we have a Addams Family movie, and as much as I love the series, I also love the movies of the Addams Family. I do prefer the series because it's like episodes and it's shorter and it's easier to watch. I do enjoy the movies a lot as well. My favorite characters of the Addams Family are obviously Wednesday and Morticia, her mom. I do prefer when the Addams Family was still in black and white, because nowadays, or this movie at least, is in color, and I do think it takes away from the creepiness and the spookiness, but nonetheless I could highly recommend watching some Addams Family. Then we have a movie that isn't specifically creepy or spooky, but that really speaks to me, and it is called Equilibrium. It kind of talks about a world where everyone takes a pill not to have any feelings. So all feelings are blocked out, and the people who don't take it are seen as like outcasts, and they get shot, literally. So we follow the main character who decides not to take his pills anymore, and you kind of get to see what is going on, what is the reason that these people are taking these pills, what is going on in the world, etc. I think this is a really cool dystopian future movie. I think it has a really interesting take on what the future could be like. Yeah, I personally really love it. Then we are almost at the end of this list, and we're gonna end it with two vampire movies, of course. These are the Underworld movies. Well, these are the ones that I physically own. There has been one more, I think, or two more, and there should be a new one coming out very soon. I really like the Underworld series. I think they are great movies with a take on vampires and lycans again. I especially like the aesthetic of these movies. They are really darkly themed with a lot of blue colors, blue accents. I think it really creates a spooky vibe that I personally really love. I think Celine has always been an inspiration for me fashion-wise, since I started watching these movies when I was rather young still. I think these are great. If you haven't watched Underworld yet, go ahead and watch them all at once. And then the final movie I wanted to talk about is Dracula. This is my personal favorite vampire movie. I think it is the most complete one, the most intriguing one as well, and there have been a few versions of this. This is the 2000 version, I believe, with Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, Anthony Hopkins and Keanu Reeves. I especially like it because of Anthony Hopkins. I think this is a great movie. It still has like the spooky vibe. I think there's a lot of vampire movies that take inspiration from this one. I also like that it is very much based onto the book, so it follows the book more than other movies do. Yeah, I really like it. I think most of you will have seen this movie already, but yeah, for those who haven't, check it out. So these were some of my favorite spooky alternative movies. I have put in a mix of different styles and different types of movies, although the main focus is always on vampires because I love vampires and everything around them. If you have any movie suggestions for me, so based upon these movies, you will have kind of an idea of what I like to watch. You can always leave recommendations for me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you for every single video I make. I make videos every week. So yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you soon. Bye!